All right, guys, we are back, and it's Monday. And what happens on Monday, Zach?
The drop list.
The
Things
drop list.
Drop.
So stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Welcome back, Gainers, to another incredible, exciting, fantastic episode of
ComicGains.
And if you're new to the show, I'm Adam.
I'm Zach, and this is Princess, Her Royal Highness, looking very lovely today, just like usual, doing that princess face, a bow of respect. And then there's Coco. She's falling asleep. All hail Coco.
Is she wearing a toga?
Toga.
It's like half a toga. All right, guys. So we are back again on this glorious Monday that it is, and we're starting the week off with another drop list. And this was an interesting one. It was hard to find some books that were dropping, and then we kind of came across some, and we were able to form a nice little list. But yeah, we got some good books for you, some surprises, some not so surprise. This was less surprise, but definitely informative on some pricing.
Exactly.
So yeah. So if you guys are used to the drop list, this is kind of what we do once a week. We let you guys know what comics are going in the toilet and whether or not it's a good time to pick them up or not, or just let them flush down further.
Yeah, just throw them away, put them in the bathroom.
We're in that weird time, 2022. There's a lot of books dropping compared to what it was in 2021. So things are changing, things are jumping around. But one thing that remains the same is Zach always opens something and pours it down his gullet.
Yep. You know, there's many like it, but this one's mine. This is a Black Rifle Coffee Company Espresso 300 milligram triple shot. Not a single. It's triple fire action, guys. It says natural caffeine plus focus. Made of a 100% Colombian coffee. MCT oil? What's that?
That's the stuff for keto, I think. It also, I think that's the stuff that also makes it so you don't leak out of your butt.
Oh, veteran owned. Dude, this is veteran owned. But you know what's kind of funny about this?
Nice,
I went to the store, there was only one of these. I actually don't think they were selling this. I think
Somebody left it there?
Someone left it there, and I bought it again.
How would it ring up in their system?
I don't know if it did. I think it just scanned it and and I just walked away with it. All right, let's try this.
There's a hair on it.
Oh. It's not very good.
It's not?
Those vape are not making good coffee.
Hey, it's for a good cause. So.
For a good cause.
All right, guys. So if you're new to the drop list, like I said, the Gaines crew, we piled together lists of comics that were on trending or hot lists or any kind of list like that it was a year ago that kind of like got to their height at their price, and we're looking at them a year later and seeing which ones went way down in value. And we're going to report that to you and let you know how we think. And a lot of times, there's a lot of books that come off this list that we make purchases on based on it. And I know some of you guys have bought books based on this list. So, be careful with that. But but in general, a lot of these books are a good idea. So we will see. Starting off the list right here, we actually don't have this book, surprisingly, but Amazing Spider-Man 546 from 2008. I think this is part of like the Brand New Day series. Yeah. But this is done by Dan Slott and Steve McNiven, which I'm really excited they're restarting a new Spider-Man book with Dan Slott doing it. I'm actually really excited. It's coming out, I think, next month or something like that. So, but this is the full first appearance of Mr. Negative and first appearance of Second Jackpot and cameo of the Freak. We all know there's that cameo of Mr. Negative in that free comic book day, that white cover one that came out the same year, 2008. So kind of a nice pair to have those together. There was a lot of spec a year ago of Mr. Negative in the Spider-Man No Way Home movie because the Feast trucks were in that. You could see him in there. Mr. Negative is the one that owns that company, the Feast or whatever, which is basically like those, or they feed the homeless kind of thing. They end up not using him at all in the movie, but all the villains did pile in that truck and get driven over to Happy Hogan's house. Oh, so, okay. There is some speculation that they might be using him in the Edge of Spider-Verse movie, maybe the second one, because I know they've already kind of wrapped up who the main villain is for the first one. It's hard to say. I mean, he was such a popular character in the video game that people really want to see him in some kind of more big screen sort of thing, but we'll see. Don't forget, there is a newsstand version of this, which is about double value on this one. But I don't know, Zach, how far has this book dropped? And has it gone in the negative?
Oh, it is gone in the negative. Not too crazy, though. Prices a year ago for CGC 9.8 was $262. Now it's $164.50. The range is $77 to $95. Or no, $77.95 to $280. And the average is $216.71. That didn't really make that much sense. But yeah, it's gone down a little bit. It's not at the lowest it's ever been. The cover's okay. The characters potentially could be interesting, but there's also the free comic book day, first appearance or a cameo of Mr. Negative. So it's kind of hard to say which one is better to get.
I think this one's gone higher in value than the free comic book day one.
I mean, I don't know much about Mr. Negative, so if you don't know much about the character, you might either want to consider learning more about it before buying it, or just walking away from it. Don't even take a chance, because don't invest in things you don't know about, guys.
That's another true. That is a good rule.
Another tip. Another tip. Rule. Just a tip. Yeah, this is like, if it's for a good deal in a 9.8, get it. But if it's not, well, I'm talking about good deals. If it's slower than 164, get it. If it's higher or that price, just walk away.
Well, I know for a lot of you that have played that Spider-Man video game, I think that's why he gets so much love.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot. I never played the game, not much of a video game player, but I know that's why he gets a lot of love from that video game. Okay.
Very cool.
Next up on the list, and we have a princess favorite here that made the drop list. I don't think she has much to worry about. It'll go back up. But you have Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur #1 from 2016. This is from the Princess Collection. Well, you have Amy Reeder and Brandon Montclair did the work on this book. Beautiful cover, too. I love this. But yeah, first appearance of Moon Girl, also known as Luna Lafayette. Great name. Love the double L name on there. But in September 2019, they did announce an animated series is in the works for this book. And I know a lot of her keys and everything surrounding her all kind of jumped up. And it took a while. They've been going on for a while where it's like, we knew the animated series is coming, but we haven't had any news. They announced a lot of the Disney movies and shows coming out, mostly all live action, and hers was not one of them that they kind of announced in there. But I think they're leaving like the animated stuff to different announcements, so they're clearly doing something with it. They just got to work out all the kinks. From what I've read of her, she's a pretty cool character overall. She's kind of like this like brainiac child that has all these awesome gadgets and does all this cool stuff. And she's grouped up with Devil Dinosaur, who's an older character from like what, the 70s, which is kind of cool in all things going on. But Marvel has done a good way of keeping her relevant, using her in different aspects. She was a kind of a important character in the Dark Ages miniseries that came out. She also has her own miniseries right now where she teams up with different characters looking for the dinosaur. She had like Moon Girl with Miles, and they're like basically looking for Devil Dinosaur. But anyway, on a side note, the book to be looking out for, there is a 1 in 25 Trevor Von Eden cover, which is crazy expensive, and her being one of those next-gen characters, when there is a 1 in 25, that seems to be the book to go for. Keep an eye out for it. I've never seen one in person. There's a second print, which is more expensive than the first print, surprisingly enough, and there's a hip-hop cover, which Princess will tell you is very cool. Zach, what do you think about Moon Girl, Devil Dinosaur finally making it on the drop list?
Well, price a year ago on eBay for a CGC 9.8 was $490. Now it's $300. So about a $190 drop.
Significant amount if you're looking to pick it up.
Pretty big drop. Prices range $150 to $499.95. Average is $291.59. I would say let it drop a little bit more before picking it up, but it is a great book. It's definitely going to go up from this point. So if you decide to pick it up at this price, that's not a bad deal. And if you love the character, at least get a raw copy. Don't just not like get the book. If you think the graded price is too high, get the raw book, and at least you have a copy. So if it does, and when it does go crazy, you're gonna be happy that you got the book.
Yeah, it was well over $100 for raw copy. Now it's somewhere down like in what, $60 to $50 range. If you're lucky, you can find one.
I think so.
Yeah, so that's not a bad. I might need to pick one up. I've never had one before. Might be my turn, my time to get one. That might be my choice from the list. All right, next up on the list, and this is a really cool book. We have Spectacular Spider-Man #9 from 1977. You have the great Sal Buscema and Bill Manilow working on this book. This is first appearance of White Tiger in Standard Comics. Originally saw him in the Deadly Hands of Kung Fu magazine #19, which I think is the best best book in that run, right? The magazine run, I think, is that 19.
Absolutely.
Really cool run in general. They kind of like mixed all the martial arts characters. I think even Bruce Lee gets a couple of issues in there, which is really cool. But surprisingly enough, 1977 is the first time Marvel has a character of Hispanic descent be a superhero. So this is a really big deal. And there's been a lot of speculation around White Tiger showing up in a lot of things. It hasn't happened yet. Like I said, there's a lot of things keeping him relevant. They've been doing a lot of these like Marvel voices that have been popping up with different ethnicity backgrounds, kind of leaning on these books. And he's been like a pretty major character in these as well. You know, Deadly Hands had a lot of stuff to do with Shang-Chi and Iron Fist as well as him. So it'd be interesting to see if he shows up in any of their stuff going on or just get his own solo title. But overall, I just think it's a really cool cover and book. Don't get mistaken, like we have multiple times. I think we've all bought 3 number 10s?
Yeah.
Thinking it was his first appearance.
No.
It's a cool cover as well, but number 9 is the real one. Number 10 is cool. They match well together, but we keep buying number 10 thinking it's his first appearance. There is a 35-cent price variant in this book, so if you have it, check your books, because this book is about a $40, $50 book. The 35-cent price variant is about a $350 book, so you got that 35-center. You know, I always forget to look for those when you do it. But Zach, what do you think about Spectacular Spider-Man number 9 and the White Tiger?
Well, price-wise, for CGC 9.8, $650 to, $650 for a year ago. It was selling for 9.8. Now it's $380. The range is $375 to $769. Average sales is $543.37. I would say for this particular book, it's a good time to get it, because this is probably its lowest it's ever going to be. I mean, they're going to use the character.
They have to.
They like the character so much that it's been like 4 different people.
There's a female White Tiger too, yeah.
Yeah. She came out in a Daredevil book. They like this character so much that they keep on bringing the actual, the design, the costume, and the name back with other people. I mean, that's just a good indication that it's going to be...
They look cool.
Lasting
It
character.
looks cool.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, for a 1977 design of a character design, really cool. I would say get this book. $380 for a book that's Bronze Age, which is still really cheap compared to Silver Age and Golden Age books. I would say that this is a very good pick for $380. I think it's going to go up a lot.
Yeah, you can tell there's something good with it. I mean, if it's a Spectacular Spider-Man book and it has that much value to it, there's something good going on with this book.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, it's not Amazing Spider-Man. It's Spectacular Spider-Man. It's a little lower tier.
Yes.
You know
yes.
how that goes. All right, guys. So next up on the list, we got a special book near and dear to my heart. It's all about the kung fu stuff going on. But we got Special Marvel Edition 15. I love that that's the title, from 1973. Jim Starlin and Al Milgrom are the creative group on this one. But you got first appearance of Shang-Chi, Master of the Kung Fu, and look how cool that cover is. Really, really cool cover. But yeah, obviously. First appearance of Fu Manchu, renamed Shang Tzu, and obviously for a good reason. But I mean, overall, I would say of the last 5, 6, 7 Marvel movies that have come out, I'd say Shang-Chi is probably one of the better ones that have come out. Definitely Spider-Man No Way Home was good. I like after the second and third time you watched it, it wasn't as good as the first time I watched it. But Shang-Chi holds up. You watch it the second and third time, and it's better the second and third time you watch it. And surprisingly enough, a lot of those keys kind of went down in value. Even though the movie is considered really good. I even gave the director, he's going to be doing the Avengers ones. Wow. Yeah, the next Avengers movie, they're giving him doing that stuff. So just interesting. A lot of people are looking for all the books in the middle. Now all those books have dropped a lot too. So kind of surprising, considering he's definitely getting a second movie, and I think he'll definitely have some other stuff he's going to show up in, which will be really exciting. So be on the lookout. There is a Mark Jeweler edition of this, which would be amazing to find. I wish we could find a Mark Jeweler of this. There's only 5% of this comic book in a Mark Jeweler. And on a side note, I didn't know this, but after issue 16 of a Special Marvel Edition, it changes over into Shang-Chi. So the book actually switches from that title to Shang-Chi. So I always think that's interesting when that happens, when they decide to switch the whole title over. who knows what happened between 1 and 14. I love
Yeah.
this. I don't know what's going on in 1 through 14, but I don't know what's going on. Maybe if you guys do, leave a comment down below. But Zach, how do you feel about this book? Because I know you like this book too.
Yeah, it's a very nice book. Actually, originally I owned that copy
And traded it to me.
it to him.
Yeah.
So prices a year ago for a 9.6 because this is a black cover, guys. So it's very hard to get a 9.8. So there's not that many 9.8s. There's a few 9.6, and the prices a year ago was $3,900 for a 9.6. Now it's $1,999, basically in half. And the range is $1,995 to $4,995. Average is $3,306.23. I mean, if you can afford 9.6, guys, this is basically free money. You just buy it now, wait until the movie's about to come out, and then sell it.
Mm-hmm.
You're probably gonna double up, guys.
Mm-hmm.
This is an easy gain right here, and the character's really cool. The movie is great.
Yeah.
Had Aquafina.
Zach loves Aquafina.
I love Aquafina. Would I date Aquafina? Yes. Would I marry Aquafina? Yes. Would I? Okay, we'll leave it at that. Yeah, this is a no-brainer. I would get this book at the prices right now. At least get it raw, guys.
I didn't think it would go down this far. I thought it would
Smart buy.
You got like Sandman came out, and all those books went up after the TV show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is
Shang-Chi went down, and it was equally as good. Yeah. Craziness.
Yeah, crazy.
All right, guys. Last but not least on the list, and this is another one of Princess's books, but you got What If Marvel number 10 from 1978, John Buscema and Don Glutt. This is first appearance of Thordis, who that's what she was referred to back in when this came out. But first female Thor from an alternate universe was when she picks up Mjolnir. All these what ifs are from like an alternate dimension. But this book got really hot a year ago because of the whole Thor: Love and Thunder movie coming out. We all knew for a long time that Jane Foster was coming back to be Lady Thor. It was almost not a surprise at all, even though they acted like it was a surprise in the movie when she like grabs the hammer and we're like, oh my god, we already knew. You know what I mean? Like, okay. But this has been a book that's been really cool for a long time. I think it started out probably back in the 78 as a little bit goofy or whatever. I mean, they named her Thordis and people might have thought it was okay, but I guarantee you when the comic book came out where she actually took over as Thor, ever since that happened, this book has been something of cool and great value. And I know this is one of the early books Princess wanted to get for like a long time and wanted to add it to her collection. But unfortunately, the movie wasn't that good. And I don't know if you want to say like they wasted the character, but I was kind of hoping they would do like she'd be able to be in a later movie or later whatever or TV show. But obviously that's not going to happen. There is a small chance she could be in like the What If cartoon show. That's a chance, maybe she wants to do some voice acting, but I think overall it might take a little while for this book to go back up. But I don't know, Zach, what do you feel about this one on the drop list?
So prices a year ago was for 9.8 was $2,150. Now it's $1,299, almost in half. Range is $950 to $2,150. Average sales is $1,415.57. I mean, this is always going to be a very iconic book.
Mm-hmm.
It has its place in Marvel history, but it doesn't have its place in my speculation pile. If I find it out in the wild, I'll probably pick it up if it's a decent deal, as should all of you. But it's not going to be like crazy heights. People want to complete the What If run because it has so many fun little characters in there, potential characters. I mean, this is going to be one of the keys always, but I don't think it's going to get the same gains as some other books. So it would be very low on my spec list, but it's a fantastic book.
Mm-hmm.
If you like this character, you should get it. Princess liked the character, she got it. She's happy to have it, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
Sucks that it dropped, but it'll go back up.
One day.
One day. Yeah.
You know, it makes you think about all the other characters in What If. You think, what if?
What if? Yeah, so...
What if they could do it?
So the two books you should probably think about getting is Spectacular Spider-Man number 9 and the Special Marvel Edition 15. Really good prices right now. So, yeah. Get those games.
Yeah, not bad, not bad. Excellent list this week, gang. So, yeah, if you guys like hearing the list as much as we like presenting the list, because I very much enjoy this, because we do make a lot of decisions based on what books we're going to buy based on this list as well. So it keeps us nice and informed. If you do, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the notification bell so you know when new things are going down, because we're doing those live shows on Wednesday, and sometimes they're at 6, and sometimes they're at 7, and you never know, so you don't want to miss out. Leave a comment down below. We'd love to hear if you guys have any of these books, or you guys are specking on any of these, or, obviously we have 4 of the 5 this week, so that's always a hardship. But we like to be able to show you guys the book. Princess enjoys showing you guys the book, so it always makes it a little easier if we have them. And the more we collect, the more we probably will have these books. Mm-hmm. And, Zach, you got anything else you'd like to share?
Well, yeah, sure. How you do that is you have to, get on this thing, this ship. It's a bit bigger ship. It's a yacht kind of, or like a cruise ship, right? But you gotta go for the Alaska cruise ship, guys, because it's cold and warm at the same time. It's warm in Seattle and then cold in Alaska, and you get to see a beautiful view. I just been thinking about it lately, and I kind of transferred into the show. I'm going on a cruise, guys, eventually. Probably sometime next year. Just want to share that. Then that's how you get those sharing gains.
Do you know what they call that Princess cruise line that goes to Alaska?
What?
The Princess.
It's called the Princess.
It's called the Princess Cruise Line.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah. I want to get on that.
Maybe they'll sponsor us, and then we can get free cruises.
Oh.
Yeah?
Yeah, send an email, guys. Harass them with emails. Maybe we can make it happen. Then we'll do a ComicGains cruise video.
Live from the cruise ship.
You
don't want to get your comics wet, though.
No.
That's not a good idea.
Right? Not a good idea.
Get some Alaskan price variants.
Get some.
Is that a thing?
No. Well, I don't know what kind. Sea bass? Do you get sea bass when you're doing those fishing trips?
No, maybe.
Sea bass.
All right, guys. Until we see you next time, stay safe and remember.
Get those Alaskan gains.
Get 'em.
The new frontier.